In this tutorial, we'll just take a quick look at hair dynamics within Blender Render, and the reason being is we're just going to compare it to what we looked at with rigid body joints in the game physics engine. And so I'll be doing many more extensive tutorials on hair dynamics and hair particles, but for now I'll just show you this one because it's so very easy to just set up, and maybe it kind of gives you some ideas. So I'll just set a plane into the scene like this. Maybe I'll scale it up a little bit. I'll turn it over like that, and then I'll go grab a particle system. Let's move this one out of the way. I don't need this. I'll grab the hair particles right here, and you can set the normal within here with where it says emitter, but you're better off going into the hair type like this, and there it's already set. Look, it has a fixed length of hair right here, so you can just change that. We'll make it a little bit longer. This is how easy it is. There's 5 segments. We'll leave that like that because this can be fairly taxing on the system. We'll move the whole thing over into the light, maybe just a little bit more. Okay, like this. And then you want to go, there's 2 things. You want to press advanced, and then when you have advanced, then you have access to your normal settings down in here, as well as other features that don't typically show up. And so we'll just leave the normal set like that, and then there's my hair dynamics. So I want to set hair dynamics. Now, just by virtue of setting hair dynamics, it gives you access to these features, but hair dynamics is what makes things move. It's kind of like having a bunch of rigid body joints in place. So let's press Alt A, just see what happens. I press Alt A, well, nothing happens until I grab this guy, and then immediately it starts zooming around. Let me turn it sideways so you can see it a little bit better from the side, like this. Alright, so you can see they're very dynamic already, so you can start changing these parameters and it'll really start flowing around. Let's make the length a little bit more. Well, we'll change it to the normal like this instead. Alright, so I think when you put the advanced on, the length goes away. Yeah, there it goes right there for the emission like that. Alright, so now what you can do is as well, maybe you're within here and we'll just say set a keyframe for this object. Alright, we'll set this here at we'll give it a rotation keyframe. Alright, and then we'll come back up here at 160 and we'll just rotate this piece on Z. And this will kind of give you an idea how powerful the little thing is. And we'll set a rotation keyframe for that one as well. Alright, let's just play that. Let's see what happens. And you can see they are quite the twisting, swirling particles. Of course, you guys know I like things that swirl. You know, I do like things that spin. Of course, I don't know why. It's just an addiction of some sort. And but you can see these have great effects. So then you can come up here and mess around with all these parameters. Change this to go faster. I mean, then it just becomes goofing around till you get the right effect. But there's a lot of features within hair particles. If you're not familiar with them, one of the key things, if you just go look over in here, see object mode. If you go in object mode, see we have a particle mode, right? And then within particle mode you have all kinds of features. If you bring up the menu up here, then you have paint mode. Look at this, paint. You can paint. You can come up here and paint your particles. No, really, you can paint them into the direction that you want. It's like never ending. Alright, so let's run that again. Alt A in here. So you can see they're kind of goofed up right there. But so that kind of gives you a basic idea. But what I had initially worked with particles for was I wanted to take hair particles and make the hair strands interact with the surface of an object in dynamic paint. But I wasn't able to do it because it's probably just way too processor intensive. Because I was trying to make a paintbrush, and I wanted all these to be the strands of the brush, and I wanted those all to make, you know, paint and displacements and waves and things like that. But just it won't happen using hair particles. At least I just don't see it right off the bat. I'm sure there's another way I can do it, but not using this approach. All right. I just wanted to point that out, and that's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next lesson.